Hello viewers, welcome back. In our today's video, we will discuss one of the starting techniques of the industrial motors, and that is the direct online or DOL starter. In the first part of the video, we will try to understand the electrical schematic diagram of the DOL starters with the conventional components and with the digital motor controller. In the next part of the video, we will discuss about the different communication options which are available with the digital motor controller, along with the comparison between the conventional and digital designs. Before discussing the starting schemes, it is necessary that we discuss about the industrial motors and their uses. Majority of the motors used in the industry for different applications are induction motors. This is due to some reasons. Most important factor is the simplicity of the design of the induction motor as compared to other motor types. Especially when compared with DC motors, the induction motors do not have brushes and therefore the maintenance required is quite low. Induction motors are also called the rotating transformers as the stator simply forms the primary side and the rotor forms the secondary side. Second important factor is induction motors are robust in construction and are mechanically strong. That is why it is suited in almost all industrial environment and conditions, including the hazardous environment. Another biggest advantage of induction motor is its low cost as compared to other motor types. Induction motors are used in almost all the market segments, such as in industries like oil refineries, chemical plants, cement industries, in automotive sector, and etc. In water industry, such as for water supply and wastewater management. In the energy sector at the power plants, in the high-rise buildings for different purposes, in the marine sector such as for different applications at the oil drilling rigs and the vessels. Most commonly used sizes of low voltage induction motors are in the range from 0.12 kW to 1000 kW and from 400 volts till 690 volts. Different starting techniques are used in industry for the induction motors like the DOL starter, Star Delta starter, soft starter, and motor starting using the variable frequency drive. Our today's discussion is on the DOL starter. Direct online starting is the most simple and economical starting method used for starting the induction motor. Due to simplicity of design, it is easy to operate, and in case of any fault, it is easy to troubleshoot. However, it is important to note that with this starting technique, the starting current of the motor can be as high as 7 times of motor nominal current. Therefore, the power system should be able to handle that amount of starting current. Due to the high starting current, DOL starter also produces voltage dip in the electrical system and affect other consumers connected to the same line. DOL starter also produces high starting torque as compared to other starting techniques, and load therefore must be suitable to bear this large value. Due to these reasons, DOL starter is mostly used for small motors. DOL starter in low voltage motor control centers can be designed either with 2 power components or with 3 power components. In 2 power components design, motor protection circuit breaker provides the thermal magnetic protection, and the magnetic contactor controls motor starting based on defined logic. In 3-component starter, circuit breaker or fuse isolator provides the magnetic or short circuit protection. Thermal protection is through thermal overload relay, and magnetic contactor is used to control the motor starting based on defined logic. In case of a digital starter, thermal overload relay is replaced with the motor controller. This controller provides protection, metering, and monitoring for the connected motor. First, we will discuss the conventional design of a DOL starter. Mostly, starters are designed with 3 power components. Therefore, we will continue our discussion with that. Any starter can be segregated into 2 parts. One is the power part and the other is the control part. Power part supplies electrical power to the connected motor, and the control part decides when the power will be supplied to it. The power supply of the control part of the starter can either be single-phase AC or DC. Control supply can be provided either from the MCC main power or through a separate independent power supply depending on the end-user requirement. The control scheme of the starter can be operated either locally from the MCC or remotely from the control station. For the local control, motor is start and stop using the start and stop push buttons at the motor control center. When the start button is pressed, control voltage energizes the magnetic contactor coil. Its contacts get closed and power is supplied to the motor. To stop the motor, the contactor supply is break up by pushing the stop button. Contactor get de-energized and its contacts are opened, breaking the power supply to the connected motor. The running state and stop state of a motor is indicated using the indication lamps which are present at the MCC door. In case of a fault condition such as overload condition or short circuit, the protection devices in the starter clears the fault. Indication lamp will light up, indicates that the starter is stripped at a fault condition. In case of remote operation and monitoring, the motor start-stop commands are received from the remote station through hardwired connection. Motor start-stop states and healthiness signals are also provided to remote station through hardwired signals. In case of a digital starter, motor management controller is introduced in the circuit. The motor management controller is a powerful component and brings several advantages to the starter scheme in comparison to the conventional design. These advantages are in the form of protection, metering and monitoring of the connected motor. Motor start and stop can either be from start-stop push buttons or through the HMI, which is integrated with the controller using the communication cable. Motor start-stop states can be seen from the indication lamps or through the HMI installed at the MCC door. Motor start-stop control and monitoring at the remote control station is possible using a wide range of communication protocols. Most commonly used protocols are Modbus or Profibus or Ethernet TCP/IP protocol. As compared to conventional design, motor controller provides additional protection features such as motor temperature monitoring, phase imbalance, phase failure, phase reversal, ground fault and lock rotor conditions. Like the conventional design, control voltage of control scheme can either be an AC supply or a DC supply. Now we will discuss how motor management controller are connected to the HMI or to another controller or with the central control and monitoring system. Motor controller can be connected to the HMI using the communication cable. Both controller and HMI are installed in the same MCC. User can interact with the controller using the HMI control and monitoring functions. In addition, a laptop can also be connected to the HMI using the communication cable for monitoring and control from laptop. If required, several controllers can be connected using the communication network as shown here. Motor controllers can also be connected to the central PLC to become the part of the central control and monitoring system. As we have discussed earlier, a wide choice of communication protocols is available for these network connections. Now we will summarize our discussion about the conventional and digital designs by a comparison between the two schemes. In conventional design, thermal magnetic protection is available as a standard. However, digital design offers extended motor protection features. In conventional design, motor local operational control and monitoring is through push buttons and indication lamps. In digital design, motor control and monitoring is additionally possible using the HMI. In conventional design, remote operation and monitoring is usually using the hardwired signals. However, digital design uses more modern communication medium like Modbus, Profibus, CAN bus or the Ethernet TCP/IP protocol. In conventional design, the monitoring of motor current is through the ammeter. In digital design, extended monitoring of parameters such as motor temperature is also available. Motor statistics and fault diagnosis is available through digital design, which is not the case with conventional scheme. We can say that using digital controller is the present and the future of the starters. So this is the end of our today's video. I hope it will help you to develop the understanding about the topic. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Please give suggestions for improvement in the comments box. Please also let me know if you need information about any other topic. I will try to cover it in my next vlogs. Please subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so that you will get updates about the latest videos. Thank you.